Yo. So today, what I want to talk about is the big three of cartoons or Cartoon Network. Because growing up in the 2010s, having these three cartoons save Cartoon Network, they were my favorites. You had Adventure Time, The Amazing World of Gumball, and Regular Show. I say those are very iconic cartoons, and they hold a deep place in our hearts when it comes to us kids that was born in the early 2000s. So I was born in 2004. So Amazing World of Gumball hit so hard. Adventure Time wasn't hitting too hard for me until I rewatched it, and Regular Show was that shit, and it was fun. But let's get into it. So let me start off with Adventure Time first, cause I recently rewatched Adventure Time and The Amazing World of Gumball. I'm about to rewatch Regular Show soon, but Adventure Time is one that I didn't appreciate while it was here, but as soon as I watched it a couple months back, it became one of my favorite cartoons of all time. The growth of Finn, Jake, Marceline, PB, there's just so many characters I loved in there that, like, as a kid, and then in my younger teens, I was like, they kind of look a little funny. Like, I didn't like how, not the art style, but like how crazy it looked. Like, I remember seeing one time where Lemon Grab bit off the other Lemon Grab. I was like, I don't know if I really like this like that, because it was not visually appealing to my eyes. But I rewatched it, and boy, oh boy. Season 4 through 10, holy. That's where things pick up. Season 3 picks up a bit too, but oh my god. I loved everything about it. And the impact that it had on a lot of people. I feel like these are considered like one of the last great cartoons. These are some great cartoons. Adventure Time was really great, and I'm glad I rewatched it because I didn't appreciate it while it was here though, and it was amazing. Now Regular Show is for me, I loved it as a kid. I watched the movie. I used to watch all the stuff for Regular Show. It's just something I cannot remember that well. I can remember some things, and then there's some other things I just can't remember. That's why I really want to rewatch it to see if I still like it to this day. But just knowing what happened in the end, the Pops, knowing that Mordecai fumbled so many times, knowing that Rigby had one of the best character developments I've seen. Oh my gosh. It's like I enjoyed the show so much. The adventures they went on, the food they wanted to try, Benson stressing out. I think I'll understand Benson a lot more when I rewatch it as a later teen, because as a kid, I was like, bro, he probably stressing for no reason. But I did have sympathy for one of them episodes. But I know when I rewatch this, I'm gonna like Benson a lot more. I could just tell. But I pretty much enjoyed the adventures, the rap battles they had, and the chaotic stuff that they would have to do for it to keep going back and forth. The relationship between characters. And I will never forget when Mordecai killed Rigby. I know Rigby was an asshole, but damn, I'll kill you.
I'll kill you!
Last but not least, the most impactful cartoon for me was The Amazing World of Gumball, for sure. The Amazing World of Gumball was still in my top 3 favorite cartoons of all time. But man, growing up, I used to watch Amazing World of Gumball all the time. When it comes to these 3 Cartoon Network shows, Amazing World of Gumball was the most watched, then it was Regular Show, and then it was Adventure Time. These 3, I think, legitimately saved Cartoon Network, but let me talk more about Amazing World of Gumball. I love everybody in that show besides Tobias's dad. Fuck him. But you had Gumball, where I feel like I can relate to Gumball a lot, just being so selfish and self-centered. Like I can relate to that somewhat. Darwin, I love. Anais, I love. Nicole, just badass. Richard, bro. Richard is so cool, bro. He's a good dad, bro. He's a good dad, but he is crazy. Remember when he had the fate of the universe messed up because he could get a job. He couldn't get a job, bro. If Richard ever tried to get a job, he was just gonna mess everything up. So I'm like, man, this was my biggest impact because I used to watch it every time. I don't remember the first episode I watched, but I just remember watching them over and over and over. And I didn't even know they had an intro until like 2015, 2014. And I was like, man, they don't never play that just to cut off some time. I'm just like, all right, bro. For me overall, though, there was a lot of things I can talk about. I talked about Adventure Time and The Amazing World of Gumball, and they own each individual video if you want to go watch those. I'm gonna talk about regular show soon as I finish it. But the impact this had for me as a kid and a younger teen before I stopped watching cartoons when I turned like 15 and when anime came around for me. But these are so impactful for me. Like, we had other shows like Clarence. It was like around, but it wasn't like... Clarence was good. It was good, but it wasn't like as loved as these three. These three, I think, single-handedly carried Cartoon Network. Steven Universe was cool. I didn't really like it like that though, but I can see why you like it. I don't know what happened like after they start going to space and all that. That's where it lost me at. I was like, the big three of Cartoon Network were legendary, bro. And sometimes you can just rewatch them, and other times you just have to be there just to remember, like, damn, those was vibes, bro. Waking up, either having one of those on later at night before the Cartoon Network thing went off in the screen. I used to be so scared when they switched to Adult Swim as a kid. I was like, man, I need to switch this to Disney Channel immediately. And I would say it was great, bro. Thank you for watching the video. Peace out.